Good morning, Hojo staff, students, and families. Ya Teapin, we're ready to start our day. So everybody please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Our voices are off and bodies are still. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, October 26th. It's a wintry day, but we are still here. And even though it feels wintry, we're still in autumn and we're still waiting for this weekend. We would have recognized Halloween in any way that you do that at home, whether it was a party or trick-or-treating. Here at school, we used to dress up in our favorite book character from a great book. And so we've seen lots of great characters. Charlotte's Web is one of our favorites. So unfortunately, we won't be able to do that this year because of we won't have everyone here. But we're looking forward to doing that again next year. So we have a new piece of music this week from Mrs. Neff, who had Halloween in mind, I think, when she selected this piece. So I want you to listen to it, and then we'll talk about what it is. Oh my goodness. Did that sound like scary music to you? She said Happy Halloween when she sent it to me. So that was Johann Sebastian Bach. Can you say that? Johann Sebastian Bach. Very famous German composer who was born around 1685, I think is what I looked up. So he was alive not too long, around about the same time as we were looking at those paintings from last week. Or the time of what was called the Baroque period in music. And this piece is called the Toccata and Fugue in D minor. Toccata and Fugue in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. And he wrote this when he was 18 years old. And he's very famous for his organ music. And all of his family who were before him, his ancestors, were all famous for their musical compositions also for like 300 years. So that would have been around the 1300s. Amazing. So 1600, it's about 1685, almost to 1700, Johann Sebastian Bach wrote Toccata and Fugue in D minor. And that's on our playlist, on the Hojo playlist, so you can go and listen to it. Let's see, for our poem for this week, we have The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll, which appears in the story Alice's Adventures in Wonderland that you read when you're in 5th grade. But I believe this poem is in the 3rd grade selection. So if you were in 3rd grade this year, you'd be memorizing this poem. And if you were in 3rd grade the last 2 years at Hojo, you probably had to memorize this one. The Crocodile by Lewis Carroll. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. makes the crocodile sound like he's friendly, right? Maybe that's what the crocodile wants you to think, that he's friendly. Is he of the friendly sort? I think he's the dangerous sort. And he's smiling as those little fishies swim near him and right? So be aware of the crocodile. So for art this week, we have a new artist. Mr. Berg has selected for us. And the name is Caravaggio. Caravaggio was a painter in Rome. I believe it was around the 1594 is the selection that we have today. So he lived around 1594 in Rome. He's famous for the use of light and dark and shadows. But we're not going to see that so much in the selection for today, which is called the card sharps. But what we do see in this one is a clever way of depicting human nature. So I want you to look at this. This is Card Sharps by Caravaggio. And I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but they're playing cards. And what do you notice right here? Maybe he's cheating at cards. And what do you think these fellows are doing? Do you think they're cheating too? He's sort of got a grin on his face because he thinks he's going to win. What does that tell us about humans? In 1594, they were cheating on cards. And I think if we watched people playing cards again, you might find somebody cheating still today. So what does that tell us about humans? We haven't changed so much, have we? We can still catch people cheating on cards. Is it because we think that humans always want to win? Is that or are we so competitive we just don't like to lose? Why do you think this young man here is cheating at cards? And he looks like he's pretty young. He looks like he's about a teenager. They all do. And look at how they're dressed. In 1594, this is how what you would look like if you were alive at that time. These are the outfits that you would be wearing. Interesting, isn't it, to look at that? The Baroque period in art. So 1594, Caravaggio. And this is Card Sharps. Card Sharps. All right, friends. We do have a couple of birthdays today. Hunter and Ira are having birthdays today. Happy birthday to you, gentlemen. I hope you have a great day. Let's see if I can find my paper here on our Bill of Rights. We've been practicing, so let's do it again. First Amendment, let's say it together. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's our First Amendment. Now our Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, Third Amendment. I hope you're saying these with me. I'm not saying them by myself. I hope you're joining me, practicing. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner prescribed by law. So the Fourth Amendment we just learned last week. So I'm going to say a piece of it, then you repeat. That's how we're going to learn it. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Right. Okay, so also don't forget, make sure everyone in your family who is over 18 has one of these. They can vote early up through the end of this week, or on Tuesdays, the official election day, and we will know who the person is in charge of the executive branch of our government, right? And that person is called the President of the United States, is in charge of the executive branch. What are the other two branches? Judicial and legislative. That's right. And the legislative branch in the Senate will be finding out if we have a new justice for the judicial branch. They'll be deciding that, I think, later this evening. So we'll be watching see what happens there. So report cards did go out for kindergarten and first grade, but we ran into a problem with the 2nd grade through 7th grade. So those should go out today. We are having in-person school today, even though it's snowing outside, but if you do come, just be extra cautious, and if you'd rather stay home and work online, that's okay too. We are going to have a staff meeting this Wednesday, the 28th, here at school, so teachers will not be at school that day, so there will be nothing posted on the 28th during the day. The teacher might post something later on in the afternoon or the evening, but don't be watching for anything on Wednesday because we're having a staff meeting and a training all day that day. I think that's all that we have for announcements. So let's do our student pledge. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.